This podcast is for informational and educational purposes only and is not intended as medical advice. The views expressed are those of the host and the guest. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional regarding prostate cancer screening, diagnosis, or treatment. Welcome to the podcast. My name is Emerson. I'm glad you guys checked me out on the World Wide Web on YouTube. And I'm a prostate cancer survivor, trying to get the word out about prostate cancer awareness. Well, this is my official podcast here on YouTube. And so as I go through this journey, doing what I need to do, hopefully you'll stick and stay with me as I go about just trying to share the word as it pertains to prostate cancer awareness. So what the show's all about, it's basically about trying to get men to go see the doctor and get checked out for prostate cancer when you get to that point where you're 39 and 40 years old. My story back in 2015 when I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, I was cancer-free in 2016, and I've been cancer-free ever since then. When I first found out I had cancer, I didn't know I had cancer. I had no symptoms that I knew about. It wasn't until I went to the doctor and got myself a PSA and got checked out and got the digital rectal exam that I found out that I had prostate cancer. Now, you'll find out more about what PSA means and what a DRA means and as we go through the process of my podcast, or you can just go on the World Wide Web and look this stuff up because it's out there. And that's the main purpose of this program, Pride of Life, is you to put pride to the side, choose life, and start talking to your doctor and get yourself checked out as it pertains to prostate cancer. And so my first message really is just to the men that are approaching 39 and 40 years old, trying to encourage you to go talk to your doctor about prostate cancer. Talk to your doctor about if you should be talking about prostate at this juncture, and I think you should. A lot of information is out there. I use the American Cancer Society for data. But there's other areas you can check out for information dealing with the numbers and why and when it's time to go get pre-screened for prostate cancer. According to American Cancer Society, at 45 years old, you should be talking to your doctor. But however, if you're African-American male or have history of prostate cancer in your family, you should be having that conversation around 40 years old. I have read a story somewhere about a 39-year-old getting prostate cancer. So like you say, go talk to your doctor. This show, I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on TV. I don't have a degree in that. But I'm just trying to encourage you to check out your doctor and talk to your doctor. My doctor was Dr. Anthony Acosa. Oh, he was kind of nosy. You see, 'cause I didn't go to my physical when I first did, and I didn't go for 2 years. It was during those 2 years that prostate cancer started growing in my prostate. And then when I did go in for my DRE, my digital rectal exam, he said when he did the thing, his finger, the finger, and he said something don't feel right. And I said, what do you mean something don't feel right? I looked around and said, what do you mean something don't feel right? And what he was feeling for my prostate. And my prostate should be no bigger than a walnut, but it felt bigger than that. So he felt like I had something going on, so he encouraged me to get a biopsy, which I did. And we'll talk about the biopsy also. So that's when I found out I had prostate cancer. So the first steps, like you say, is start talking to your doctor. Now, your doctor might recommend a DRE, a digital rectal exam, and he might just ask you to get a PSA test, which is a blood test. One of those two is going to happen, but talk to your doctor. And then depending on those results of that PSA or of that digital rectal exam, you'll know what you have to do. Now, digital rectal exam, a doctor checks your prostate for lumps. He's sticking that finger where you right. He's checking for the size of your prostate. Your PSA test is a measure of your PSA levels in your blood. Mine was pretty high, 9.6. We'll talk about that as we go through the process also. In this maiden voyage, there's a lot of information I want to throw out there, but I'm going to take my time doing it. So after he told me my PSA was high, then I had a biopsy. With biopsy, they take 12 tissue samples of my prostate, and I came back that I had cancer. So my main thing is to let you know that I'm going to be out there on this podcast, and I want you as a 39-year-old, 40-year-old to start talking to your doctor and get your prostate checked. Doctor might say something different. I don't know, but it's up to him. He might ask you to do something different. That's up to the doctor, but that's why I say talk to your doctor. Me, myself, I've got prostate cancer type checks, PSA checks, since I was 40. And I was 65 when I was diagnosed with prostate cancer. So between 40 and 65, something changed. So your body goes through changes. So anyway, this has been my message to you today, to you 39 and 40-year-olds. Talk to your doctor. It's about that time, 39 and 40, talk to your doctor about getting your prostate checked. Because I want you to go ahead and to live and be around to be an old great-grandfather like me. As we go through the process, I'm going to try to get some sponsorships. Hint of the show. Down below in the columns on this page, you can go ahead and like and subscribe to the show. As I learn more about the YouTube experience, my podcast will get better. But you got to start somewhere. You just can't just not do it. You got to start. So I've been putting videos out there all over the place, but now I'm going to try to do a consistent podcast here on my YouTube channel about prostate cancer awareness. I'll interview folks. So sometimes I'll be in the studio, sometimes I'll be on the streets. So I'll have a different background depending on where I'm at. But hopefully you'll tune in. When I am doing a live show, I'll let you know so you have a chance to get somewhere and watch a live show, not just a tape show. But the main thing, you get the information will be out there on this YouTube channel. So my name is Emerson. I'm a prostate cancer. So I'm telling you right now, when it comes to prostate cancer, don't be crazy. Don't let pride get in the way. Choose life. Hey, get your prostate checked.